Get in, lads. This is your semi-final preview. We have 2 games coming up on Wednesday. We have Mexico versus Jamaica at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we have U.S. versus Panama at Snapdragon Stadium in San Diego. So it's going to be Elijah and I covering it today, and we'll just get straight into it. All right, so we have Mexico versus Jamaica. It's probably the more contested match out of the 2 semis.
Easily.
I feel like
Easily.
I feel like the result's up in the air for that game. Personally, for me, I don't know who's going to win. I said it in our previous video of our rankings. I believe that was our last video. But yeah. So Elijah, give me your thoughts on the match. So and give me some thoughts about the quarterfinals. What you thought?
Well,
the
let's
teams...
go. I'm just gonna start with Mexico then. We gave a reaction video earlier this week, so if you want to go check that out and hear what we thought about it, about the Mexico Costa Rica game, feel free to do so. But after that game, it's gonna be hard for Mexico Jamaica because I feel like Jamaica did pretty decent. I mean, they won against Guatemala 1-0. I'm going to favor Mexico here, unfortunately, but not by that much. It's like a 52 to a 48%. You know, I think Mexico's gonna pull it out, but if Jamaica did it, I would not be surprised at all. It is kind of mean that we started with the Bob Marley song and then I said Jamaica's gonna lose.
I mean, it's fair. I mean, look, Jamaica, Guatemala, it was a tough match. Guatemala has a big fan base. You know, they basically had home field advantage there. Right. Tough match, but they scored early. Jamaica got the job done. That's all that really matters at the end of the day. I said it in our Mexico reaction because we predicted it would probably be Jamaica coming out on top against Guatemala, and we were right. It's going to be tough because I feel like Mexico, I hope Lozano has a game plan against that dangerous Jamaican counterattack because those front 3 up top, Antonio, Gray, and Bailey are very dangerous, and I feel like the Mexican defense is very slow, especially they got exposed against the U.S. in the Nations League semifinal, and it's roughly the same defensive line, I feel, that's going to be back there for the game on Wednesday, and I feel like he's going to have to make some changes in terms of pace because I feel like they're going to struggle a little bit personally, maybe have Edson Alvarez sit right in front of them to help with that, and maybe help stand up Antonio so he can't turn and make him hold up the ball. But we'll see. Personally, I think, I got to go with the boys, Mexico. But I won't be surprised if Jamaica comes up on top. I think it'll be like a 2-1. I think it's going to go into overtime. I'm not going to lie.
Really?
I feel like this game will go into overtime.
Saying extra time.
2-1.
We're losing credibility every time we say overtime.
Yeah, but you know what? You never know. I think it'll go into overtime. I mean,
it
depends on the lineup.
The term extra time.
Overtime. Sorry, I said overtime. Sorry, I don't know why I say that because it's funny. Is because it looks so bad on here that I don't know what I'm talking about. When I'm talking to them outside of this, I always say extra time, and I don't know why I say overtime on here.
It's true,
but I just say overtime. Sorry, I apologize. The pressure gets to me, even though no one's here except Elijah and myself. But
I can see it. Though.
I mean,
I guess an extra time finish.
Yeah,
I mean, like 1-1.
It literally depends on the lineup.
Yeah,
the lineup for Mexico depends on a lot. If I see Henry Martin and Antuna up top, it's going to be a 2-1 overtime. Right? If I see Jimenez starting and someone else in front of Antuna, maybe Diego Lainez would be my preference, or Alvarado, hopefully, because he did pretty good when he came on. Someone other than Antuna, that'd be fantastic, personally, for me, from a Mexican fan perspective. But I think 2-1, I think they'll advance to the finals, but I don't think it's going to be an easy road to the final. And I think Jamaica's going to cause some problems. Hopefully Ochoa can be Ochoa and save us a few times, because I feel like he might be needed. Tested, really, if I'm going to be honest, because he hasn't been tested all tournament. So I feel like he's going to have to be tested. Probably this is going to be his match right here against Jamaica.
Good call. Yeah. I mean, if you're banking on Mexico's lineup being the deciding factor, Mexico's losing. Because they have not picked a good lineup at all this tournament, and there's been no sign that they will.
Yeah, I feel like Lozano's going for the if it ain't broke, don't fix it, because he kept the same lineup the first and second time. He changed the lineup in the third game. They lost, and then he went back to the original lineup, and then they got the win, but it wasn't looking very good.
Yeah.
but I hope he realizes it has to be it has to be a mixed match between the first lineup he had and then the third game they had against Qatar. It has to be a mixed match between that because it's just not going to work attacking wise offensively because
Hmm.
they don't that lineup does not add anything attacking wise really. There's a few scraps here and there, a little luck, but you can't rely on that, especially in a semifinal. But I hope he gets it right. I'm praying because I really do. I feel like personally for me it's a bit off topic, but I feel like Lozano could keep his job if he wins the Gold Cup, but like convincingly in the sense
Hmm.
that like he gets these next two games right if he does win the semifinal. Because I want to root for him because he coached the Gold Cup team, not Gold Cup team, sorry, the Olympic team, and they look solid. And you know he's a good manager, and I hope he keeps the job. I hope he gets the lineup right because that's going to be the big decider personally for me.
I'd
But
agree.
yeah, I think
We'll settle on a Mexico win then.
that's yeah. Hopefully, Mexico win, and then we'll talk about them in the final if they do get through. But let's
Ooh.
head on over to California now,
Hey.
to San Diego specifically, and let's talk about the U.S. versus Panama.
I'm going here. Uh, okay, pre USA Canada game, USA's clear favorites. Easy. USA runs away
I would
with
like
it.
to apologize. I'd like to apologize to my Canadian brothers and sisters for ever doubting you in the sense of giving you no hope. I'd like to apologize to my Canadians. I failed
I
you.
don't. Still lost.
Uh,
Anyway.
yeah. They gave.
Oh,
Hey, look, it went to overtime and then
extra time.
extra time, and then shootouts. Okay, they gave the U.S. a run for their money, and if you know
They did.
some of the players didn't take shit pens, it could have been a different story, but it was not. So the U.S.
True.
are through versus Panama.
Yeah, like I
So
said
so
before the game, USA's clear front runners, but I don't know. Like Panama could cause a really big upset. Panama's been killing it, silently killing it this whole tournament. They're here for a reason. Panama's a name you don't really hear too often, but I feel like you should hear very often. Um, but to me, they're like above the likes of they're at the likes of Costa Rica in terms of CONCACAF rankings and whatnot. I don't know. I still think USA's going to win it. I still think they're going to play in the final. I just Panama seems a little bit scarier now, or the USA's play seems a little bit scarier now. But I do feel like the USA Canada game hopefully is a wake up call in the knockout rounds because they cruised after Jamaica. They cruised the group stage with 2 wins against St. Kitts and Nevis and Trinidad and Tobago, and they finally played a decent team for the first time with bigger stakes, with real stakes actually for the first time, and they didn't do too hot. So it better be a wake up call. But I'm going USA first.
all right. I mean, I won't disagree with you, but I'm gonna hope for an upset because I'm not a big
Hmm.
USA fan, even if it's the B team, even though I live here and a U.S. citizen. Just like that. What can I say? But yeah, after that Canadian performance, a bit worrying. I'm not gonna lie. They finally faced, like you said, they finally faced a good side. They didn't face a team who has to combine two island to make a national team. So no offense to St. Kitts and Nevis, but I'm just saying. Um, yeah, I
Such a
think I'm
random
gonna go
stray that they
Panama.
did not have the catch. Such a random
I'm
stray.
sorry. I'm sorry, but I apologize. No offense. I said no offense. I made it very clear before I said it.
Right,
I mean
right.
no offense. But
Indeed.
I'm gonna go Panama with the upset. I think it's gonna go into shootouts again. Extra
Okay.
time and then shootouts. I got
Naturally,
it right.
as it does.
But as in yeah, exactly. I think Panama. Ooh, 3-2. 3-2. I think it will
3-2 for
end in the
Panama?
shootout. 3-2, and I think in the shootout.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then I'm gonna go 2-2, just like the Canadian score. 2-2. Canada versus the
Oh,
U.S.
in
2-2.
regular time.
Yeah, regular time and in extra time. I
Gotcha.
don't know. I feel like Panama's got that little like little dog in them at the moment. No one's talked
Ooh.
about them. Let's be real. No one's talked about them. I think we kind of bashed on them in the rating video a little
The
bit,
rating.
saying that they probably didn't deserve to go through.
Yeah,
and then
we definitely
and
did.
then they did, and then they're through, and they dismantled guitar. They said, all right, cool.
Yeah,
Anyways,
thank
and
God.
then they took care of business. And
Hmm.
the U.S. with their B team, the way they played, I don't think they'll win, but I mean I won't be surprised if they do. But that's just probably my bias kicking in. Not gonna lie. But
Always does.
yeah,
It always does.
that's my take on it. But let's get let's get the final predictions. So we think we're gonna go through all in the final.
So
I'm gonna say
I'm going
Mexico,
Mexico, USA
Panama.
then. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna have another derby, basically a North American derby. What is that even called? Is there an actual name for it? I
They're all
swear
North
there
American
is.
teams, by the way. But I
I
forget.
know,
I
no,
forget
no,
the.
but like I mean, like the like
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. The
derby, because like
USA Mexico. I forget. Hold on, let me look it up.
yeah,
Because there is a name.
usually Diego would
I
do this
swear there's
part,
a name.
but you know,
But we've been a bad
there's
day
got to be.
today. I guess there's not. I guess there really
Oh,
isn't. I mean,
El
there might be
Clasico,
names that people give, but there's no real name. Interesting. All right.
Spanglish. Call it the Spanglish. Just cause Spanglish.
We're not. Yeah,
The
that's not
Spanglish
catching on.
Clasico.
That's not catching on. I'm just
I
spewing out
like it.
words.
I'm gonna call it that from now on.
No.
Shh,
All
it's
right.
late, okay? Shh. It's late.
All right. Well,
But
we'll cap
yeah,
it there. I mean,
that's
if
I
go
think
ahead, go ahead, go
that's
ahead.
yeah, exactly. All I was gonna say, I think that concludes our episode, our analysis. But you know what? We're on the same page. Yeah, you know what? You do the outro. You do the outro. I did the
Oh
intro.
wow. Oh, it's an honor. Um,
I felt
yeah. I mean,
generous today.
if you got to this point and you have any thoughts about what we said or thoughts about what's gonna happen on your own, please let us know in the comments. But you have been doing great with that recently. Someone called you out the other day, Andres, when you said
What would they say?
Guatemala fans. Because they're Guatemala fan,
I
and
knew they
you
would.
said that. Yeah, you said it was
I knew they would. I called it after filming. They're gonna come after me, and they
no.
did. Well, shout
It
out
was one guy,
Guatemalan
but
fan. Shout out to you.
yeah,
I know.
yeah,
Shout out to that guy though. Appreciate it, the comment, even though you dissed me. That's okay.
we do.
I embrace the hate or the love. Either or, I embrace it.
If you got any opinions on anything or predictions, please let us know in the comments and let us know if anything else you want us to cover. Per usual, subscribe for content regarding the semifinal and the final, and anything else that comes after it. And yeah, hopefully see you guys in the next semifinal video. And have a good night, guys.